Okay, so now we're gonna do her foundation. In everybody's kit, you're gonna get an e.l.f. poreless face primer. It's made with tea tree oil, so it does have that really clean smell. So you might wanna use it a couple times before actual competition just to make sure there's no reaction to your skin. Most people are okay with tea tree oil, but just to be on the safe side, it'd be good if everybody tried it out before actual competition day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the e.l.f. primer and I put a little bit on the back of my hand. And really one pump is plenty, but I always like to have a little extra so I'm not in the middle of using it and having to repump. So I just start at her forehead and work my way down, avoiding obviously the eye area. And we use a primer to make sure the foundation stays on all day. And it also helps the makeup go on a lot better and smoother for a flawless finish. You just want to make sure you get it blended in really well so you don't have any clumps of primer anywhere. So the next step would be if your cheerleader has any blemishes or that sort of thing, you could use a concealer at this point, and you can use a foundation brush with concealer and you could go over any little imperfections that they might have just to go ahead and get them concealed. Grace really doesn't have anything, so I'm going to go straight to the foundation. I am using a full coverage foundation. I think it's going to work the best for what we're trying to achieve look-wise. This is a Mirabella Skin Tint Creme. It is a full coverage foundation, but anything that you can get at a beauty supply would be fine. Anything that's going to be considered full coverage. Preferably something not with any shimmer to it. So we don't want it, that doesn't photograph well all over the face. And I just put it right on the back of my hand, and I'm going to use a foundation brush to apply. But you can use your fingers to apply, or makeup sponge, whatever you prefer. Using a full coverage powder foundation just to set it. Again, this doesn't come in your kit. You'll want to get one that matches your cheerleader's own skin tone. And I'm just using Mirabella number 2 on Grace. And I just use a fluffy brush. And this just sets everything. For her cheek color, we're using an e.l.f. blush. This does come in your kit. It's in Pink Passion. As you can tell, this is their studio quality part, and it is super concentrated in color. So with this, less is obviously more. So it's better to start off really, really lightly. I would just suggest dabbing your brush into it and then maybe even trying it out on your skin before you apply it right to their face, because it is very, very potent. And you always want to do their cheek color from ear down this way. And then just in little swirls. Very light-handed. You don't have to be really heavy, just super light. Because you don't want it to look like they have racing stripes on their face. And then you can always take that brush that you were using to wipe away the fallout and use that just to blend it out. And the last part for face, which I'm going to put a little bit of shimmer. This is also Mirabella shimmer. A little bit goes a long way, but I'm just going to apply it right here to the tops of her cheekbones and up over her brows. Just a little bit. Again, this isn't something that comes in your kit, but it's something that all the makeup moms will have on hand. And I just tap, tap, tap. Kind of a C. Then you can take any that's excess left on your brush and just go over in a T, basically. You're doing forehead, nose, chin. And that just kind of finishes off the face look. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and moisturize Grace's lips first. I just am using a chapstick. Because lip stuff will not go on very good if you have dry, cracked lips. So it's kind of good to maybe, this is a chapstick hydration lock. It has a nighttime and a daytime. If your cheerleader's got some dry, cracked lips, this might be a good investment to have, because then they can put it on at night and their lips will be ready for competition the next day. Rub those in. There we go. I'm going to whack off a little bit of the excess just so her lipstick does go on good. This comes in your kit. This is the e.l.f. Lip Satin. It's a lip stain. All the girls are going to use it, but we're actually going to have the makeup moms put an additional coat of actual lipstick on top of this, just because this doesn't really give the effect that we're wanting on stage. But this is a good base to start the lipstick process. So it just goes on like a marker. So we've got the lip stain on. Rub them in for me. So you can see it gives a good base coat to get you started. And then right before they go back to warm up, all the cheer moms will get this Mirabella lip color. It's in Cherry Shine, and it's basically an all-day lasting lip color. And we'll obviously, for sanitary purposes, scrape it off and then apply it with a lip brush to each girl. Together for me. And then if you ever end up with like any little imperfections around their mouth, you can use a Q-tip or a foundation brush and just go right in there. And that's the finished look for this year.